Welcome back to the All Things Good channel and to a new video. Hope you're all doing really well this week. The sun is shining, we've got a beautiful day, and I'm makeup free today, as you can tell. In fact, I've decided this week to have a couple of 3 makeup free days. I just thought, you know, let the sunshine come in. Not too much. I know it's not very good for you really to have too much sun, but I haven't been lying in it or sitting in it. Just been out and about in the garden doing a few bits and pieces. But I just thought, you know what? I can't really be bothered this week, so I'm having a few makeup free days. Not the days I'm at work, but other days. So hence the makeup free look this morning. But I have been to the hairdressers, as you can tell, and done lots of other things this week as well. Nancy's on form. She's in this week's video, so I've got that to show you. Some really nice things have appeared in B&M. Some quite autumnal things, and I've done a bit of shopping and a bit of this and a bit of that. So there's a fair few things to show you in this week's video. I hope you enjoy it. And if you are enjoying my channel, please like, and if you enjoy this video, please like this video as well and subscribe if you can. So let's get into this week's video. I hope you enjoy it. Good morning, it's Thursday. I've just arrived at the hairdressers. That's why I look a bit dishevelled and scruffy. I don't have any makeup on either, apart from a little bit of lip gloss. But it's just such a beautiful morning. I've arrived a bit early actually, and my hairdressers is at a beautiful little craft centre that's got a farm shop and a butchery and an antique centre and a beautiful cafe and a garden centre. And then it's got this little place called the Hexagon Centre where it's got little craft shops inside, and my lovely hairdressers. It's a beautiful place to come to have my hair done. But I've picked the hottest day probably we've had in months to sit in the hairdressers for 3 hours. But it's okay, I'm here bright and early. It's about 8 o'clock at the moment, so at least I'll have the rest of the day to get on with when it's all done. Probably, well, you can see it needs doing quite desperately. Probably go for the curly look as well today, because Donna, my hairdresser, loves to curl my hair. So I'm going to go in there now, get that done. And then I think we should go out and about with Nancy this afternoon. So why should we miss out on this beautiful weather? This landed on my day off, which is incredible. So let's get the hair and the appointments out the way, and then let's go shopping. So here is my hairdressers, and my hairdresser is called Donna. There's another lady that works here called Tilly, and the salon is split into 2. Stella Hair by Donna and Hair by Tilly, and I love it. Once I'd finished at the hairdressers, Mom was desperate to get out and she was away with that trolley, so off we went to B&M. Buying?
Hiya, how are you?
Hiya, very well, thank you. How are you?
Pretty good.
You're buying something nice?
A few things.
Good.
Should we have one? Shall we have one each?
Have one each. There's two left on the shelf,
Yeah.
isn't there?
Okay.
What does it say on it, Mum? Tell me what it
It
says.
says, angels from above, watch over the ones we love.
That's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
We'll have those. Well, I don't think there's anything better on a Sunday than to have a lovely traditional roast dinner. And so I got the invisible chef straight onto it. And he decided he would do a lovely roast pork belly with beautiful crackling. And the key to getting that beautiful crackling is to cover the top with lots and lots of salt. This brings all the moisture out, and then you actually, well, ideally leave it overnight in salt, but we didn't, we had a couple of hours. Then take some of the salt off the top. Then we made a lovely stock with the fennel and some carrots, popped it into the oven, and you know what? We had all the traditional bits and pieces with it, and it was just gorgeous. Right, so today I've been to Morrison's and picked up quite a few bits and pieces that I needed. I got some Weedol, Path and Gravel Control weed killer for the garden. I got 2 lots of hand wash, bleach, some paracetamol, some foam burst shower gel, some Right Guard deodorant, an extra large pack of Fairy Non-Bio and an extra large pack of Ariel, reduced both of them but still not cheap this week, a Hovis soft white thick loaf, a French baguette, a couple of pizzas, a margarita, a vegetarian one for Adam, ham and pineapple for Grace. Got some of my favourite taste Hawaii cheese that I've been putting in salads and goodness knows what else, and I shouldn't really have as much as I do. I got some mild grated cheddar, 2 packs for £4, that was pretty good offer. Apple juice, oat milk and skimmed milk, some nice chocolate German biscuits, the usual cat treats, some sweet corn, cat food. We're going for gourmet mousse this week, and Mila's got her usual kitten dry food. I got some Muller rice chocolate desserts, caramel and chocolate, they're delicious. Adam's vegan 100% dairy free Actimel and my own 0% fat Actimel. Then I also got some baby spinach, some spring onions, some iceberg lettuce and some celery. Adam tends to put a lot of these in his vegetarian meals that he's doing as well. I got some 5% steak mince this week, that was on very good offer, and the chicken drumsticks I normally get, some coleslaw, some honey, some seafood sticks for little snacks when you're a bit peckish in between meals, some Caesar salad dressing and Adam's vegetarian sausages for a sausage casserole one night. I'm pretty sure everybody has a messy cupboard, or 2, or 3 or 4 like I do. In my kitchen, this is my messy cupboard, and I say messy cupboard because it's the cupboard where I use things out of most of the time because it's got all my cleaning products, but I don't always put them back as neatly as I should. So I'm going to have a bit of a reset of this cupboard today. I'm going to take everything out, see if there's any bits and pieces of things that can be thrown away or used up while I'm cleaning today, and have a good sort out and put it all back. a bit more neatly and where I can find everything and a bit more organised. Well, that's a lot better and a lot more organised, and I didn't need to throw anything away, which was great. But now I can get to everything and I can see everything that I've got as well, so there's no fear of me going to the shop and buying duplicates. Brilliant. So here we are having our moment on the bed, and it's not a makeup free day today because I've been at work today, but it's quite late on in the evening now, so there's probably not that much makeup left, but I have worn a bit today. A beautiful, beautiful weather we're having this week. We are blessed this week, but it's not before time, is it? What an atrocious summer we've had, really, weather-wise. But when we do get the sun, it kind of very quickly makes up for it, I find. A couple of days of sun and we've forgotten that every day in July it rained. But anyway, it is beautiful. It's just a shame I've been stuck in the office all day, but I'm not complaining. All things are good. But you know, this week, I have been jumping through hoops. That's the only way I can describe it. And it's all to do with our doctor's surgery, our GP surgery. And I'm wondering whether some of you experienced, and I would imagine you have, something similar or are experiencing problems at the moment obtaining GP appointments, getting repeat prescriptions and for them to arrive on time, and all these kind of things that there seems to be a bit of a national problem with, I think, at the moment. But personal experience is, for some months now, every now and then, we've been getting letters from our GP surgery asking Mom to go for her yearly review. And for some years, she was on blood pressure tablets because her blood pressure had been quite high. About 18 months ago, the doctor took her off them because her blood pressure was very, very low. So she's been on no medication whatsoever, and she's 93, as you know, which is incredible. She's on no medication whatsoever for anything and hasn't been for about 18 months. Anyway, cut a long story short, a few weeks ago, I take her to the opticians and all is okay, but the optician did see something of a little bit of a concern at the back of her eyes and suggested that one of the reasons she had this might be because she's got high blood pressure and it would be a good idea to see the doctor. So I said, funnily enough, we've been trying to see the doctor because we do keep getting these letters asking us to go or to make an appointment to go in to have a review. But can I get an appointment? Anyway, at the start of this week, another letter landed which reminded me, we still haven't heard from you to make a review appointment. So I ring them up, and I've got complete access to Mum's medical records because I'm her attorney on her lasting powers of attorney. So she has a power of attorney for health and welfare, and she has a power of attorney for finances, which are in force now. So I'm able to control all those kind of things and make decisions on her behalf. So I have full access to her medical records. I'm allowed to speak to doctors and whoever on her behalf. And so I rang and tried to make an appointment and explained that we've had various letters from you. I'm struggling to get an appointment, but I haven't rang for a few weeks with one thing and another. But your latest letter has reminded me we need to make that appointment. And I also want her properly assessed in terms of her memory loss, her short-term memory loss. And they said, well, in that case, you need a double appointment. So you need 20 minutes instead of 10 minutes. I said, okay, that's great. But you do have to make a same day appointment. So you need to ring when the surgery opens at 8 a.m. in the morning for a same day appointment. Okay, that's okay. I'll try again tomorrow. So tomorrow comes, I ring at 8 o'clock, 172 times to get through. Eventually I did get through. And the lady said, I'm very sorry, there's no appointments left for today. So I ring the following day and I didn't get through. I rang the following day and I did get through after numerous occasions again to be asked, could I come in 15 minutes? No, I can't. First of all, I'm at work, so I was hoping to make an appointment for later on in the day. And secondly, we live 15 minutes away from the surgery, so not only have I got to get a 93-year-old ready and out of her house, I've got to get her in the car and I've got to get her to the local town. So we need at least an hour, let's say, to get ready. I said, no, I can't do that. Oh, we'll have to try another day. So I thought, actually, this isn't good enough. This just isn't good enough. And by jumping through hoops, I think what I'm trying to do is ascertain why this appointment has to be a same day appointment. Now, my sister was a practice manager for a medical health centre. So she used to deal with any complaints or any issues that would come in regarding that surgery or the surgeries that she looked after, which form part of this one medical practice. And she worked for the NHS in total for over 30 years. And I remember, her sort of dealing with complaints and what have you. I thought, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually do an old-fashioned letter to the practice manager of our surgery. So I did. And my concern, or rather my question, if you like, is that and I know it's common that you have to ring your surgeries at 8:30 in the morning and try and get through and to get an appointment for that day. But surely people that need an appointment on the same day, I would imagine, are quite poorly, or they're poorly enough to think, I really need to see a doctor today. I don't want an appointment in a week's time or 2 weeks' time. It's not a routine blood test. It's not a routine this or that or the other. I need an appointment today. So I would say that 90% of people that ring for a same day appointment really do need to see a doctor or a nurse on that day. And I think that those should be allocated to those people. However, something like Mom, where I'm trying to fit a double appointment in, as they've called it, and to try and have a conversation with the doctor that might last a little bit longer than perhaps a quarter of an hour, to get her fully assessed, bearing in mind they keep writing to me saying she needs to be assessed. Please ring to make an appointment. Please ring to make an appointment. You still haven't rang to make an appointment. I have. I don't see why that needs to be a same day appointment. And surely we could have some sort of system where those non-urgent, but priority, but non-urgent appointments can be allocated at another time of day on any day. Maybe this is where a lot of the problems are happening with this you must ring the surgery at 8 a.m. nonsense that I think is going on. Now, if everybody with every type of appointment is trying to ring at 8 o'clock every day, no wonder there's a backlog. No wonder we can't get appointments. No wonder that it's all over the place. And I think, how many hoops am I going to have to jump through to actually try and get this appointment? So I wrote this letter to the practice manager saying, is there any way you could perhaps contact me and can we allocate some sort of appointment for this 93-year-old lady who I'm juggling working life and being her registered carer. I'm juggling ringing you at 8 o'clock in the morning when I'm already at work at 8 o'clock in the morning. I can't always pick up the phone at 8 o'clock in the morning, but my employers are brilliant and they allow me to, and that's fine. But it all seems a bit back to front. Is it just me, or are you experiencing that kind of thing as well? I mean, I had a routine ladies appointment at the doctor last week. Now that was an appointment where I was sent a letter by the NHS, you're due a smear test, please ring your surgery. I ring my surgery at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, got straight through, and said, I've had a letter from the NHS, I need to make an appointment. The lady booked me in there and then, can you come in on Friday? Yes, I can. And I did, and I had my smear test. But while I was there, I was talking to the nurse about my possible perimenopausal symptoms, and she said, yeah, it does sound like it. Best thing you can do is ring and make an appointment with the doctor and have a good old discussion about your options. Now, years ago, I was told that I wouldn't be able to take HRT because I've had malignant melanoma in the past, and apparently you can't have HRT if you've had malignant melanoma. And the nurse I spoke to said that actually might not be the case anymore because things change over the years, treatments change, HRT changes. She said, I think it would be worth you seeing the doctor and having a full discussion about what's going on, and see if you can, there might be an option for HRT or something like that. So today, while I was at work, I tried to ring and make that appointment. No, you've got to ring at 8 o'clock on Monday morning to get a same day appointment. Well, I go to work on Monday and I can't. Jumping through hoops, trying to do, I don't know, the impossible, it would seem. So frustration, and there's got to be, surely, a better way to do this. And I'm sure different surgeries work differently, and I'm sure perhaps your surgery does have an option where you can book certain appointments a week or 2 or 3 weeks in advance. Mom doesn't have online access to her to the surgery because she wouldn't be able to use it. I could set it up for her, but when I looked at my own online account with patient access today, it didn't give me an option to make any appointments. It said this option is not available. So there we go. Isn't it frustrating? Don't you find the same? It's all a bit all over the place, isn't it, at the moment? So hopefully my letter to the practice manager might have a resolution. They should have only got that in the last couple of days. So I'm not expecting a response straight away, but hopefully next week, maybe I shall hear something. But I just think there must be an easier way to deal with this. And I know there's a shortage of GPs apparently. But I don't think the shortage of GPs is the appointment problem. I think the system is an appointment problem. I think the appointment system is the problem. Do I make any sense at all? Hopefully I do. But, I think when you're 93, time is of the essence as well, because you just, you don't know whether there is an underlying problem, that she has got a blood pressure problem that could need intervention quite quickly. But there was no regard for that, it would seem, in the tone of the people I spoke to on the phone, and that whole, can you get here in 15 minutes? Would you like to just take a second glance at the medical records of this lady? She's 93. I couldn't get there in 15 minutes with her if we lived next door. And it just takes that little bit of extra time and care and attention for people to take a look at what they're actually doing to somehow come up with a logical resolution. Now, is that too much to ask? Maybe. Maybe it is. Maybe I am being difficult. I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comments section down below. I'd be interested to know. But anyway, other than that, all things are good. Hope you've had a lovely week. And I am now going to sit back and relax and enjoy my weekend. I have worked very hard this week. I am super tired, but I think the fatigue thing is possibly a hormonal thing as well. I'm really struggling at the moment and I am so tired. It's unbelievable fatigue that I'm having. Had some blood tests done not too long ago. Don't think it's my iron levels on this occasion, but that's what it feels like. But again, that could be tied in with the hormonal things. Maybe it's a vitamin B12 issue. Maybe I need to get to see my doctor as soon as possible about all this, but super, super tired. So, but generally all things are good. I can't complain, mustn't complain, can't complain. Anyway, hope you're all well. Do tell me what you're doing and what you've been up to this week. I'd be super interested to know. And are you going to make the most of this sunshine? Hopefully we've got for, I think, about a week or so now. Apparently it's going to be pretty good. So let me know what you're up to. And that's it really for this week. I've had my moan. showed you the shopping, done the usual. And anyway, I will see you again next Sunday. Same time, same place. So until then, stay safe, stay in the boat, and keep doing all things good. And I really look forward to seeing you next Sunday. Take care. Bye.